Tauros is the undisputed king of competitive Generation 1 Pokemon. Unfortunately though, Tauros has never seen the same amount of success and has been a bad Pokemon ever since. But just what made Tauros so good in Generation 1? First, let's look at its stats. In later generation, these stats aren't anything special because of power creep, but in Generation 1, these stats were very good. Tauros has a very good combination of power and speed, along with decent defensive bulk. Speed in particular is very important in Generation 1 because it is the only generation where speed affects how often you get a critical hit. The faster you are, the more likely you are to get a critical hit. Tauros has a 21% chance to get a critical hit. It's very difficult to switch into Tauros' high attack as it is, but now you also have to account for the fact that it is very likely to critical hit you. Tauros' move pool is also really good. Tauros uses a moveset with Body Slam, Hyper Beam, and Blizzard. Stab boosted Body Slam with 100 base attack and a 20% chance to critical hit is already really good, but it also has a chance to paralyze your opponent, and paralysis is one of the best status conditions in Generation 1 because of how valuable speed is. Hyper Beam is an incredible stab boosted move because if Hyper Beam KOs the opponent, it doesn't have to recharge. And on top of all this incredible stab power, it has Blizzard to hit rock types that might try to stop Tauros. And in Generation 1, Blizzard has 90% accuracy, which makes it a really good move. But more importantly, Blizzard has a chance to freeze, and freeze is the only condition better than paralysis because in Generation 1, it is usually impossible to unfreeze. Generation 1 is a tier that is probabilistic in nature, and having an offensive threat like Tauros is incredible because every single turn, not only does its sheer power demand you to respond, it has high probabilities of creating secondary effects. You can try to check Tauros with Pokemon with high defense like Snorlax, Cloyster, or Slowbro, but they all don't have recover and rely on rest. This becomes something that is exploitable because the move Sleep Talk did not exist in Generation 1. Simply put, Tauros is just too fast and too strong. But what happened in the next generation? Unfortunately, when they split Special into Special Attack and Special Defense, they dropped Tauros' Special Attack to 40. This meant that Tauros was permanently walled by Steel types like Skarmory, and Fire Blast was too weak to help out. It did get Sheer Force in later generations to use Life Orb, Sheer Force, Fire Blast, but by then power creep hit too hard, and Tauros became stuck in the depths of NU, and that's where it's been ever since.